to May the 22nd. I'll start from 2017 and then I'll go to 2015. Something should not happen, but they do. Fake news mischaracterized Trump's campaign for president. And when he gave a terrific landmark speech to many leaders in the Middle East, they had to claim he had backflipped. Only Trump's brilliant speech was entirely consistent with his campaign. It is up to the Middle East to deal with Islamic terrorism, which is killing many Islamic peoples. They should not wait for America to sort it out for them. I'm waiting for Trump to move the U.S. Embassy to Jerusalem and hang the so-called Palestinian leadership out to dry in an effort to bring about peace. Because decent peoples are war-weary but will fight because they must. Today is the 75th anniversary of another great speech. Menzies' Forgotten People or the Middle Class was the launch for the new Liberal Party during the darkest days of World War II. Menzies had been a successful lawyer before he was a successful politician and leader. Menzies' rhetoric is apt today. The forgotten people are the backbone of the nation, but treated shockingly badly by both the Australian Labor Party and Turnbull. I'm a Liberal supporter. I want decent Conservative administration to make things better for all, rather than to pander to special interests. On this day, in 334 BC, the Macedonian army of Alexander the Great defeated Darius III of Persia in the Battle of Granicus. It was the first of three major battles for the 22-year-old Alexander against Persia. Persia had Greek aid, but despite being outnumbered, failed to heed the scorched earth advice. 853, a Byzantine fleet sacked and destroyed undefended Damietta in Egypt. It was a great victory for the Byzantines, but they didn't record it as such as they despised Michael III. However, the Caliphate recorded it. Michael had been a party animal, easily manipulated and despised as a drunk. 1176, the Hashashin, or Sassans, attempted to murder Saladin near Aleppo. Before Saladin had unified Islam, they were divided. 1377, Pope Gregory XI issued 5 papal bulls to denounce the doctrines of English theologian John Wycliffe. Wycliffe was at odds with the excesses of the Church predating Protestantism. However, he did not oppose the Church. Even so, he died several years later, and a few decades after was exhumed and burned as a heretic. In 1807, a grand jury indicted former Vice President of the United States Aaron Burr on a charge of treason. He could have been executed and the world would not have suffered for it. Also, 1807, most of the English town of Chudley was destroyed by fire. The fire begun during a severe drought near a bakery which had not stored dry goods well. In 1856, Congressman Preston Brooks of South Carolina beat Senator Charlie Sumner with a cane in the hall of the United States Senate for a speech Sumner had made attacking Southerners who sympathized with the pro-slavery violence in Kansas, bleeding Kansas. 1945, Operation Paperclip. United States Army Major Robert B. Staver recommended that the U.S. evacuate German scientists and engineers to help in the development of rocket technology. 1947, Cold War. In an effort to fight the spread of communism, the U.S. President Harry S. Truman signed an act into law that would later be called the Truman Doctrine. The act granted $400 million in military and economic aid to Turkey and Greece, each battling an internal communist movement. 1964, the U.S. President Lyndon B. Johnson announced the goals of his Great Society social reforms to bring an end to poverty and racial injustice in America. He achieved neither. 1967, the L'Innovation Department store in center of Brussels, Belgium, burned down. It was the most devastating fire in Belgian history, resulting in 323 dead and missing and 150 injured. 1997, Kelly Flynn, the U.S. Air Force's first female bomber pilot, certified for combat, accepted a general discharge in order to avoid a court-martial. Kelly had had an affair with the husband of a subordinate. She had been commanded to end the affair, and when she was found to have lied about ending it in writing, as going to be court-martialed for failing to follow orders. Press loved to characterize it as being a court-martial for having an affair. 1998 Lewinsky scandal. A federal judge ruled that the United States Secret Service agent could be compelled to testify before a grand jury concerning the scandal involving President Bill Clinton. Press failed to acknowledge they got a predator elected president twice.